Good morning. It is almost 8:30. I've had my coffee, I've read my Bible, I got the dishes done, and now I gotta prep some food for today. Just gonna wait for my TikTok friends to jump on, and then we'll chat about what's working in the kitchen. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. I am making beef jerky. I actually took a brisket 2 days ago and I cut it up, I grinded it up, put some seasoning on it, let it marinate for like 36 hours, and now I'm just making it into little pieces to go in the dehydrator to become jerky. Hi! There's quite a few ways to make it and to prep it. They have like little guns that you can buy that actually shoot out like a log, but I just like to make some rough cuts. Hey Holly! Yeah, it's so good, and it's like, if you think about it, like beef jerky, if you're a beef jerky eater, at the store it's so expensive. You can probably get like 4 ounces, which is probably like 10 pieces for almost 20 bucks. Well, I bought a brisket, which was $65, and this is going to give me at least a few pounds of jerky once it's all dried out. I missed your live yesterday. Did you say when you're opening custom orders? I did not say. So I'm not sure if you watched the live, but my sewing machine got broke in transit. So I'm going to be reaching out as soon as the sewing machine shop opens this morning. I'm going to be reaching out to see how soon they can fix it for me, or at least look at it for me. So custom orders are really just dependent on when I can sew again. But I'm still unpacking and straightening up my sewing room, so I don't foresee custom orders being opening until at least mid-September, maybe the 3rd week of September. But I definitely want to pick it back up, especially right before Christmas, because I know a lot of people do custom orders for Christmas. So no later than October 1st, I will definitely be taking it. But I'm hoping mid to 3rd week of September. I know I got an email about that from somebody like 2 days ago. Like, hey, can I place a custom order? I feel so bad that it's taken so long to get everything up and running. So I've got, I don't know if you can see, I've got an entire bowl of this that I have to get pressed out and in the dehydrator. I don't know if I will be able to get it all in this round. I might have to do some more. It usually takes about, I do mine at 150 degrees for about 9 to 10 hours. So if I can't get it all in there this morning, then when I'm done later this afternoon, I'm going to go ahead and just put a new batch in. Awesome. I really want my teacher backpack. I know. I remember that. Didn't you have a Alyssa crossbody? Or am I thinking about somebody else? Yes, okay. That's what I thought. It's so crazy how, like, there can be orders that came in 3 or 4 years ago. Certain orders just really stick out. And it's not even like the crazy funky prints. It's usually just like a regular notebook cover or like a crossbody bag that just some reason sticks in my mind. Like there's this girl who ordered a blue paw print notebook maybe 4.5 years ago, and I just feel like I will never forget that order. I've hit so many compliments. I love that. So this is like a sweet and spicy jerky. I used teriyaki sauce, liquid smoke, some rice wine vinegar, cayenne pepper, and a few other seasonings, brown sugar, so you get a little bit of sweet and then a little bit of spicy, and also a little bit of teriyaki. So I like to make them the same thickness so that way they all cook the same time. But as far as shapes, I like to do different shapes, some small, some large. That way when you're grabbing it out of the bag, if you want just a small piece of jerky, you can grab that, or you can grab a big one. I'm going to get a new piece of parchment paper. I got a hole in this one. I didn't know if this was going to be exciting or boring for you, but I knew that I would be spending at least an hour getting this together. So I figured, why not jump on live? How are you liking your new home? There's good things and then there's not so good things. I think it's just the same thing with everything, right? I mean, it's a pretty house. There are 4 floors, so I hate having to run up and down the steps all the time. We don't really have much of a yard, but it's close to everything. Any type of restaurant, any type of grocery store, any type of regular store that you want, it's within like a 15-20 minute drive. So the location is great. I actually got delivered a really nasty letter in my mailbox yesterday from a neighbor, and they were anonymous, but they said some pretty nasty things in the letter. So that wasn't great. So there's good and then there's bad. Just like with anywhere. Are you in Virginia? Yeah, we're in Alexandria. So because I do them different sizes, I want to make sure that there are spaces in between. That way while it's in the dehydrator, it kind of dries out on the sides and you don't have to worry about it taking longer than the rest. But this dehydrator has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot I left this in here. 6 wire racks. So I'll be able to get quite a bit in here on this round. That happened when we built our house. They didn't like something the contractor did. It's funny that you say that because she started off complaining about our moving company. how they left trash all over the neighborhood. And she said, and I quote, "This is not Hawaii-based housing. This is blah, 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 the name of my neighborhood." And I like clutched my pearls because what? Like, nothing against base housing, but I've never lived on base housing. You guys know my last house was stunning. So I just forwarded it over to the HOA and was just like, hey, you know, your policy, which states if you have a complaint, go to your neighbor to have a discussion to fix it and then file a complaint, which she obviously didn't do. So I was just like, hey, you know, trying to acclimate in a new neighborhood, getting a hostile letter from one of your residents isn't necessarily the best way to handle it. And so I'm actually having a meeting with the HOA president. I decided if you can't leave your name and address, then the letter was from a nobody, right? Did you give the recipe out? Not really. I kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I will say this is the base that I use. This teriyaki sauce. It's backwards. But then I use rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, brown sugar, cayenne pepper. This is also my go-to spice. I absolutely love this. I actually got it on sale for $4, but they sell it at Walmart. It's like a honey chicken seasoning. I am obsessed with that. And then like a little bit of ginger, some liquid smoke, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The thing about jerky recipes is that you can pretty much put whatever you want to in it. My brother makes a Creole deer jerky where he puts like slap your mama and those kind of Creole spices in it. Good morning, Jen. Oh my. Yeah, so let me show you just how terrible the spelling, just the spelling. My address is on here, or my neighborhood is on here, so I don't want to show everything. Here we go. Like, I don't, oh, it's backwards. You're not able to see it. But, like, the spelling is terrible. It's just absolutely, I mean, it's ridiculous. But when I got it, I was, like, shocked because, one, I've never had anybody send me an anonymous letter, let alone something like that. I mean, I'm out walking my dogs all the time. You guys know me. I'm pretty friendly. Like, there's just no need. My mom moving back from Hawaii. Yeah, you know what? That's probably what I miss the most about Hawaii is that the people there were pretty kind. Like here, I think I was talking about it yesterday. Like, it's just a different breed of people. All caps, yes. You know what? It's actually funny that you say that. I'm assuming that it is an older person because at the top of the letter, she has the date and then she has an address block. So like it says resident, my address, like full address. And like I remember learning that when I was in school, like how to address a letter. Most people nowadays don't write like that. And then there's actually a part where she did a handwritten piece. And it's in cursive, and the cursive looks like it would have been like an older person. So I'm assuming it is. I mean, I don't even care who it is. I don't even want to know really because I don't want to have I don't want like to taint my outlook, I think, with the neighborhood. Why is it in all caps like that? And how do they know you're from Hawaii and in the military, right? So they're either a stalker. I do still have my Hawaii plates on my car. I've been here for less than a month, so I haven't gotten those changed yet. But then she's like Hawaii-based housing, so she obviously knows that we're military. I hope it's not who I think it is. who I think it is an older woman, and like her and I have had conversations, and like she's giving me like her whole medical history and how she has some health issues. And I was like, you know, I work from home, so if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to just come over here and knock on the door. And I think it might be her, just because of all of the information and the letter that she knows about us, even though obviously, like I said, we didn't live on base housing. Whatever happened to the welcome baskets, right? What are you making? Alice, this is beef jerky. What did the letter say? It was just, I'll read it to you. I want to inform you I was out walking when so-called moving company moved you in. Well, they never cleaned up when they left on August 14th. They left a mess in the street and nails everywhere. Everywhere spelled W-E-A-R. That is unacceptable. Paper trash spelled T-R-E-A-S-H, was everywhere unwrapping your items in the neighbor's yard. So here comes another truck on August 15th, trash all over the neighbor yards, and no cleanup when they finished. This is your responsibility. Oversee the workers unpacking the items. I watched the workers. There was no one supervised these workers for this so-called moving company. Get the nails picked up. Like to inform you, this is not Hawaii-based housing. This is, and then it has like the name of the neighborhood. We have rules in here. When you put recycled cardboard out, you don't throw spelled T-H-R-O-U-G-H, to the sidewalk and also by the curb. You put recycled cardboard out neatly. You can buy a knife cutter at Home Depot or Amazon for $5. I took a picture and sent it to HOA. All Amazon boxes must be cut down. I go for walks 3 times a day. I do not know you. Resident. So, again, based on that information, and then with them making an explicit statement that they don't know me, that they go on walks 3 times a day, to me lets me know that they do know me. They're just trying to throw me off their scent. Yeah, I know. Oh, Karen, I'm from Baltimore. Can there be an hour if you mean back up now? No, I'm good. I was so upset though, like when I saw it, like my heart was broken because one, I was the only one here during the move. So what happens is when they bring boxes off the truck, they all have a number, and then you're given an inventory sheet, multiple inventory sheets. So as the boxes come off the truck, they call the number out. I check the number on the inventory and I just keep going down. Once all of the inventory, or once all of the boxes are down, they unwrap the boxes in my driveway and then they bring the boxes in. So I was in the yard for them to unload, but then once they bring the boxes in, I have to be in the house to tell them which room or what floor it goes to. So, I mean, I was the only one there unloading an entire house because my husband had to work, and it was supervised until I had to come in. So, I know, Holly, how they sent a picture and identifies to the HOA, exactly. And that's why I sent an email to the HOA last night and was like, look, this isn't very friendly. It's actually quite hostile. And then I was just like, I would kindly, request you to remind this resident of the HOA rules. If you have an issue with the neighbor, come talk to me. I'm definitely rational and can have a tough conversation without getting defensive. But whatever. So, somebody asked me if I like it here. For the most part, yes. But whoever this was, I'm going to pray for them. God, you still have yes. I'm actually meeting with the president of the HOA later, either today or tomorrow. Just like a little, hey. I just want to live my life and get through these 3 years here. Good morning, Judy. Hey, Kayla. Only 3 years, yes. Yes. But I will say that I love being close to my family again. I'm actually going out to dinner with my niece on Wednesday. She goes to college like 20 minutes away from where I live. So there's some good parts. It's not all bad. I know I'm complaining, but I think I was just more shocked than anything. What a horrible way to welcome someone to the neighborhood, right? What is this, dog food? It's beef jerky. Your sewing room is coming along. I watched your videos. I know, Jen. Are you not in Hawaii anymore? No, I'm in Northern Virginia. We just moved back to the mainland a couple months ago. Well, a month ago. Dog food. No. I know it doesn't look like beef jerky. There's quite a few ways to make it. I mean, you can actually do slices of like steak or, you know, slices of beef. You can marinate those slices and then you can put them in the dehydrator. I actually really like the texture and the taste of it ground up first. So I like to grind it up, marinate it, and then make little strips. But it does look like dog food, I guess. So it's kind of coming along. This has only been in for about 30 minutes maybe, but it's got like 9 hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish this. I only have 2 racks left. Sorry, I just joined. I hate to repeat, but what did it basically say? Just that the movers left some debris. I am responsible for picking it up. This is not Hawaii base housing. This is an upscale neighborhood. Just stupid stuff. I give you a lot of credit to move like that. You hated Virginia. Nothing is modern there. It's old and yeah, so Be Humble 2002. I was actually saying that yesterday. To get a nice like single family home, there were none that were modern. They were all older. Like the heating systems are the what do you call it? Like furnaces. So like this is, I wouldn't say it's so the lady that I think it might be, she told me that she actually bought her property here in the 80s. So this, it can't be more than 50 years old. So it's a newer development, but they're all townhouses, so everyone's all close together, yada yada. That is how my husband makes sure. I love it this way. There's nothing upscale there. Rise above, yeah. Very, very old. Petersburg was just absolutely horrible. Yeah, I had a townhouse, yeah. So we live in Alexandria, and there's a lot of new developments that they're actually working on right now. So there's tons of construction around here. So they're building it up. But like I said, this area, this housing complex, whatever you want to call it, this neighborhood is relatively new. It's a nice neighborhood. I've lived in nicer. With nicer people. daughter recently moved there, and the rent, yeah, the rent's over $4,000 that we pay. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I think the main reason why it's so high is just location. And the only reason why we moved to Alexandria is because my husband works at the Pentagon. And this place that we got is literally a 15-minute drive. Super close to the interstate. Like I said, it's close to a lot of shops and restaurants. So that's really the only reason why we got this. We did not get this because we fell in love with the home or the neighborhood. It was strictly location. Yeah, moving every 3 years is not for the weak. How would they know you're from Hawaii? I'm assuming it's my license plate. It still has Hawaii on it. People are weird. We're glad you're back. I'm glad to be back. And I'm not gonna let like one person affect my attitude about the neighborhood or anything else. They obviously sound like they don't live a really happy, healthy life. So I don't really wish bad or ill on them. Hopefully they find something that makes them happy so that they can enjoy life as well. But it's like every single one of us has moved somewhere at one time or another, and that's one of the most stressful life events that happen to you. And I would just think that you would give people a little bit of grace. Even if, I mean, I didn't, because I actually walked up behind the moving company after they left. I walked the street, the driveway, the sidewalk, because obviously I wouldn't want my husband to drive over nails. And I know that they had left nails behind. Obviously, I wouldn't want to run over a nail, or I wouldn't want my husband to run over a nail. So I actually checked everything. But whatever. They must be miserable, I know. Hopefully they find something that makes them happy. The market opens up in 30 minutes, so that's about how long I have before I need to run down to my desk. But it's starting to feel like a little bit of normalcy here. I actually, before I left, I think you guys know that I make sourdough bread. So my starter, I had dehydrated it, and about 4 days ago I started rehydrating it, and this morning it smelled so good. So I think it's finally ready to make some bread. So I have my little sourdough containers proofing. So that's just my starter, and then this I'm using to make a couple of loaves. I just fed it, so there's like no rise at all. But hopefully by this afternoon I'll get some rise and I can go ahead and throw a couple of loaves together. Lots of good things going on for you. Enjoy your niece. I know, I'm so excited. Ugh. They have complaining about makes her feel superior. Isn't that weird how that makes people feel good about themselves? Like, I would feel terrible. Even if it was valid, I just wouldn't do it because I would feel terrible. Can I have your sourdough recipe? Yeah. I mean, it's so easy. Guys, don't laugh at my old recipe box. I can't even remember where I bought this from. I don't know if it was like at a thrift store. Sourdough bread. 100 grams of starter, 500 grams of flour, 350 grams of warm water, and then 10 grams of salt. I'm gonna leave it here for a second if you want to do a screenshot, and then you can just reverse flip the image. What are you making, Mimi? This is beef jerky. Can you make a video of how to start making sourdough? So there's quite a bit of steps and it can get a little bit confusing, but yeah, if I get a chance, I can. You need to make live so much fun to watch. Okay. I have dehydrated, started in my fridge. A friend gave me just no recipes. So here's what I did. So this was my starter from Hawaii. I just dehydrated it and then I vacuum sealed it in a bag. And I put 1 tablespoon in a little container. And then I did 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour, and then I mixed up that tablespoon of the dehydrated starter. And then I just let it sit for a day, and then the next day I discarded half of it, and then I did the same thing. 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water, let it sit for a day, and I just kept doing that for like 4 days. And then today, so it was bubbling, I think like the second day. But it was kind of like, it had kind of like a sour smell, so it just felt like it needed a couple more feedings before I actually made something with it. But that's what I did. I want to fit more on here. Let me see if I can move some around. You're welcome. This is beef jerky. Alrighty. And then one more. I have to go make t-shirts. Have a good day, Holly. Is that background noise of that dehydrator loud? I just got a pop-up option to remove the background noise. So if it's too loud, just let me know and I can remove it. Do you care to share your beef jerky? Yeah, of course. So this is the base. I use actually a brisket. So I wanted to give it a little bit more filling. So I used a brisket. I want to say it was like maybe 7 pounds of brisket. And then I actually used a smaller eye of round just to give it a little bit more bulkiness. I grind that down. I use a jar and a half of this teriyaki, brown sugar, cayenne pepper, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and then like a little bit of ginger, a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder. I don't have a recipe like measurements. And then brown sugar. So it's kind of like a sweet heat teriyaki recipe. But I don't have, like I said, I don't have measurements. I literally just do it until my heart is full. Not for me. What, jerky? That's fine. I wasn't making it for you. You're welcome. The dehydrator noise. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Lisa. I thought you were like, jerky is not for you. Okay, good. Now I feel like a jerk. I'm sorry. I need context, but I'll take it. You know what's funny? I actually sent some over to, you guys know, Just Mammy. I actually mailed her some. Gosh, it's probably been like a year when I first started making it, just to kind of get her opinion. Because my husband is not the kind of guy that will just say he likes it just to not hurt my feelings. He will absolutely tell me the truth. But I just wanted to get a second opinion. I'll probably show you guys my next live, which maybe tomorrow or the next day, what it looks like when it's all done. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube video, to my YouTube channel, and then we'll just do the follow-up the next day I go live. We like to make deer jerky and haven't thought to use this method. Yeah, Lori, my husband my brother makes deer jerky. And then like during the off season, so he'll send me deer jerky when he makes it. And then when it's not hunting season, I'll send him some of this jerky. So that way we're always kind of stocked with jerky. But he does the same thing. Sometimes he'll grind it, and then sometimes he'll just make really thin cuts of the deer jerky, marinate it, and then just put it in the dehydrator. Sorry, Tink. I just really like the texture of it ground up, the meat ground up, and you don't have to grind it yourself. You don't have. I have a grinder attachment for my stand mixer. I got it from Amazon. I use it. It's in like a little bag, but it's a grinder attachment. It fits on the front of the stand mixer. I used it on my KitchenAid, and I also used it on my Instant, like the brand that makes Instant Pot. I have an Instant mixer, and it's a universal attachment, so it'll fit to just about any stand mixer that has that little front-facing attachment. So I like to grind the meat myself, but you can absolutely just go and buy a package of hamburger and season it however you want to. Let it sit in the refrigerator. I would say at least 24 hours. I like 36 hours. And then if you don't have a dehydrator, you can just put this in the oven on the lowest setting. And then I think the meat temp has to reach 160 degrees on the inside before it's okay to eat. But if you don't have a dehydrator, you can still make jerky. Because all it looks like when it's done is just ground beef. That was weird. TikTok kicked you out. Oh no! Did you get a message? Or they just put you out? Said you're no longer welcome. I'm trying not to touch anything with this hand. I don't want to cross-contaminate. No, just poof. And then tonight for dinner, we're actually, I was supposed to make it last night, but we had so many leftovers in the fridge. I was like, please just come home and eat leftovers, and then I'll make it tonight. I'm making menudo with chicken. Homemade from scratch. I've never made it before, but I watched a couple of TikTok videos, so I think I'm good. I always do that. Like when we lived in Hawaii, there was absolutely none, and I mean zero, good Mexican restaurants. So I went on TikTok and YouTube and watched a couple of videos. I learned how to make homemade salsa, homemade tortillas, homemade enchilada sauce. And I don't know, I'm kind of like a creator at heart. So it wasn't really that terrible for me to like pick it up. I think usually I'll make it 1, maybe 2 times, and I can figure out like if I did something wrong. Kind of like with making a bag. Right? You go by the recipe or the pattern first, and then you kind of figure out how to make it your own or how to make it easier for you. And that's just kind of how cooking is for me. I absolutely love it. Aside from sewing, cooking is probably my next favorite thing to do. Hey, Lisa! I know. My sewing machine is broken, so I can't do any sewing lives right now, so we're in the kitchen. All right, let me wash my hands really quick. So I used about half of it. I'll probably wind up making the rest of this evening after that is done. So I'll just put this in the fridge, just let it marinate a little bit longer, and then make some more later. Was it broken in the move? Yes, it certainly was. How do you guys clean your counters? I love using like Dawn dish soap at first, and then I'll use like a Lysol wipe. My husband says that I overdo it, but it just makes me feel better. Yeah, but hopefully I'll have it hopefully I'll have it fixed soon. I'm going to call a sewing machine repair shop today, and then hopefully they can get it in and get it fixed. Same. Vinegar and a spray bottle. I do enjoy using vinegar to clean. Alright, so that is it for sewing in the kitchen. What state are you in now? Northern Virginia. Oh shoot, that was your fear too. Yes. Yeah, but the good thing is that I waited about a week before I unpacked my sewing machine. I unpacked everything else, not everything else, but the majority of everything else. And there were so many different broken things along the way of unpacking that I was like, let me wait to do my sewing machine when my nerves come down and I'm not like so frustrated with unpacking and finding broken things. And I'm glad that I did, because I think that if I would have unpacked my sewing machine like day 2, I would have absolutely lost my mind. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like cracked or like anything noticeable broken. So hopefully it's just a really easy fix. Yes, me too. All right, well, I'm going to run, and hopefully I can do this tomorrow, another quick live. And then if you missed like the beginning, I'm going to go ahead and upload this on my YouTube page so you can watch it there. Bye. You have a good day too. Bye, you guys.